What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down NIO. We're going to talk about what it did yesterday, what it did today, and just the overall technical analysis on NIO. Now, before we get into this video, I'd like to remind you, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you had a good week this week. Hopefully it's green. And then let's hope for a good next week as well. Now, NIO this week, guys, if you were in it, you knew that it sold off pretty much the whole week. We had a couple green days, but the majority of the red days took over the majority of the green days. So what I'm watching is still this triangle, guys. For the last probably 2 weeks now, this triangle has still been into play. So we got this downstanding trend line, and then we got this horizontal support. This horizontal support has touched here, and then more recently, yesterday, it came down and touched it again, but it held. That was the importance of yesterday, guys. I talked about it on my live stream, saying, hey, watching this horizontal support, it needs to hold tomorrow, meaning today, Friday. And today, that's exactly what it did. Now we opened up, we had a little bit of a dip, but then we shot right back up. So that was the good thing about NIO today, that it held this horizontal support once again. So if you can see this triangle right now, you notice that it's getting tighter and tighter here. It's going to give away probably on Monday, if not Tuesday. So I'm very excited to see what it's going to do. Now, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think it goes to the upside? Or do you think it's going to go to the downside? Personally, I think it's going to the upside just because I'm bullish on NIO. I'm ready to see some bullish action. It's been in this whole trend line, this descending triangle for so long. We've been in it since we started at the beginning of March, guys. It is well past mid-April. So we've been in it for a while. So if you've been following NIO for quite some time, most of you have, I see a lot of regular people, then you know it's been pretty much choppy this whole time, but it's been a slow bleed off. So definitely looking for some pop next week. Now with regards to the overall market's getting up there, guys. Looking at the NASDAQ, it's extending. We got earnings season starting at the end of next week. We got Apple reporting around May 27th, I think. So not next week, but the following. So that's interesting to see. We got the S&P 500. It's already started its earnings seasons off with financials. So guys, we have a lot of activity that's going to be happening on the market next week and the following week. So it's very exciting. Now the question is, how is NIO going to interact with that? How is NIO going to respond to that? Is NIO going to push up? Well, lately NIO's been doing its own thing. Tesla, it's been up. NIO's been down. So the correlation with Tesla has not been there recently as well. Now, my main focus next week, like I said, is to get out of this descending triangle. It needs to get out of it, needs to break above that trend line. If we break above that, awesome. What's my price target? Where am I looking at it, the continuation for it to really get back in that uptrend? Well, my first level is going to be this resistance level right here at 39.39, guys. That has shown so much resistance before. Like this week, guys, we tried to bump up to it, but then we fell back down. Previously, we tried to do the same thing. We fell out of it. So this 39.39 area has been a very, very crucial point that I'm watching closely going into next week. Now, ideally, next week, what you want to see is a push above these highs. You want to see us get above these highs that we made, I think, 2 weeks ago. Not for certain, but I think this was 2 weeks ago. We made these highs that we need to get above. Once we get above that, then we can have the conversation of, where it's going next. So ideally, this is what the picture perfect scenario happens next week. We break out of the triangle, great, we signify the uptrend, then we get past 39.39. Ideally, we consolidate here and then we push up and eventually get back into this 45 range. But that is going to take some time. So our primary focus next week, guys, that if you're looking at the market, needs to get above 39.39 and stay above it. So that's what you want to see next week. Hold that 39.30 level, break out of this descending triangle, and get above that. That's what I'm looking at. Let me know in the comments below. What are you watching? What do you want NIO to do? Where do you think it's heading? Do you think it's going to be a red week, green week? Let me know in the comments below. And worst case scenario, we don't want it breaking this horizontal line. No matter what happens next week, if we just break out of this and just stay in this range right here, good. We don't want it breaking this red horizontal line. So keep that in mind for next week, guys. I do think we have an amazing week. I do think we have a green week next week, but we need to pay attention to this triangle. We need to pay attention to the breakout so we can see some strength going back into NIO. If not, we're still back in this choppiness. We're still basically slowly bleeding off, and we're not really picking a direction, and it's hurting your account. So next week, guys, main theme is break out of this descending triangle, the bulls need to show up, and then we can start pushing up into next week and hopefully see that continuation going in the following weeks and finish at least April somewhat strong. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of the support. Once again, let me know in the comments below your opinions on NIO this month and how it's going to finish off. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.